Well, what's going on, people? Back again. Another episode. We talk. What are you saying, bro? Champions League draw is here.
Going on, fella?
Yeah, man. All good.
Uh,
How you
I'm.
feel?
Do you know what, lads? I'm sound. I've had a decent day. I hope you have. I hope everyone in the chat has as well, of course. Do you know what, lads? I saw our Champions League draw. I haven't saw the Europa League draws or nothing yet. I'm sound with Real Madrid though. I mean, listen, could have it been better? Yeah. Could have it been worse, though? I think it could have. I would have preferred Real Madrid to, like, a Chelsea, for example. Like, I didn't want any part of Chelsea, I'll just be dead honest with you. I know they've got Porto. Yeah, mate, I think it'll be an interesting game. What are you chatting? Do you rate our chances against the good old Madrid Giants?
I think you can beat them. I do think you can beat them.
Who do you think the favourites?
I think they will make you lot the favourites probably because you won it more recently than them, and I think
Good point.
their squad's a bit older. Do you know what I'm saying?
It's not
like
the same, is it?
It's not the same. They got a 35-year-old Luka Modric. They've got like a 30-year-old Tony Cruz, 32-year-old maybe. Casemiro's like 27, 28. Like Ramos is like in his 30s. Like they're getting on, innit? Like they're getting on.
All I'm saying, yeah. All I'm saying. Nat and Kabak after the game, regardless of the result, you better wait for Ramos in the changes. It's one of them games. It's one of them games. We still haven't forgot. We still haven't forgot about when he took out Mo Salah. So we need to repay a favour.
We'll see. Oh yeah, I forgot about the Mo Salah thing. So you man got previous as well. There's
history to this game. Do you know what? That's why I kind of like this fixture. Again, it could have been better, but, you know, like you said, it's not the same Real Madrid, and that's evident to where they are in the league. It's evident to the way they've played for the past few seasons. It's one of them things where, like, get on this. When we first drew Real Madrid, guess who the first player I thought of? Cristiano Ronaldo, and he doesn't even play for them no more. It's one of them things. I associate him that much with Real Madrid. I just thought, wow, Cristiano, oh wait, he doesn't even play for them no more. So I was just thinking to myself, who do I have to proper worry? And of course, they've got really good players. But if we've got a Chelsea, for example, who I've seen, they seem impossible to beat. Whether you get a draw or whether you get that's fine, or whether they win. But they seem like, I believe Minamino's the only team to score against Chelsea.
The only player, for Southampton, yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean, lad?
Bruv, Chelsea are on smoke right now, bro.
And it's the difference of what a good manager can do. That's one thing that we can now ever... a manager that can change the options. Because the thing is, as well, with Tuchel, without trying to go too much into Chelsea, but I would be concerned. And again, we're going to most likely have them in the semis if we beat Real Madrid. Yeah. I would still be concerned, even if we picked up form. Because the thing is about Tuchel, right? He's got a very well-balanced squad there. You've got to give it to Chelsea because they've got a deep squad. They've got money. If you think about their squad last season, sound, but then on top of the players that they bought for this year, mate, it's nearly unbeatable. Now, you've got a manager who can work a variety of many different ways when it comes to tactics, when it comes to man management. That's what Thomas Tuchel has proven he can do. And that's what he's proven he can do so far. So, and again, I don't think it's his finished product, as I feel like he's just kind of seeing this season out, playing the more safer way.
Yeah. Once he buys his own players,
mate,
he's going to take it up a level for sure.
He's going to make it interesting because this again, this season hasn't been that type of a season. But when you think about the past 3 years of the Premier League, it's usually Liverpool and Manchester City. I feel like now Chelsea getting back into that picture, it's going to spice things up a little bit. I feel like they're going to beat Porto fairly comfortably. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah, so do I.
It's just one of them things, mate. Like, Porto's done a great thing against Juventus, but Juventus are shite. They're shite.
Yeah, they're horrible.
Goodness.
They're horrible.
Like, mate, I stepped in dog shit earlier that looked better than the way Juventus are playing at the moment. Like, I'm telling you now, like, you can talk about what Ronaldo's doing there in terms of the goals that he's still getting. And fair play to him for that, but it's not the same team. Like, they're kind of... It's mad the way all these giants are starting to collapse slightly. Like, don't get me wrong, they'll come back just because of how giant the clubs are, and they'll be alright, but... It's being crazy. Yeah, I'm alright with Real Madrid. I'm sound with it. Who did Man United get?
Granada.
Sounds.
Yeah.
Who's there? Like, have they got any good players?
Not that I know of, blood. Like they've got like what's his name? I think Soldado plays for them
Yeah.
or something.
Oh,
Like ex
fucking
Premier League players
Soldado.
and that.
Fucking
Yeah, man. But
Soldado.
we should
He's
beat them
about
comfortably,
55.
bro. Like
He's
I think
about
we should beat
55,
them.
Soldado.
I think we should beat them, but comfortably. Over the 2 legs, I expect to beat them by at least 3 clear goals, man. I don't expect any hiccups there.
You've
Do you
just
know what I'm
beat a
saying?
well better team.
Yeah, that's
You've
it.
just beat a well better team.
Absolutely, bro. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Like I'm confident of beating them, and do you know what I'm saying? Like, well, I don't even think we need to be at our best to beat them. If I'm
And
honest,
that's a semi. Is that a semi or a quarter? Quarter final?
quarter final.
Quarter final. So who else is like the bit? Because Rangers went. Oh, do you know how devastated I am that Rangers went out, lads.
Yeah,
oh,
they went out, bro.
Oh, that was devastated. But do you know what though? I watched the first game of Rangers and Slavia Prague, I think it was, and you actually saw who the better team was. Slavia Prague played them off the park. And that's why I thought they were going to go through. But do you know what it was though? Fair play to what Rangers did. I mean, not even to try and go too much into Steven Gerrard because I am a fanboy. I'm not going to lie to you. That being said, that's a great achievement what he's done with Rangers, especially when you think about the Scottish teams and about what they actually usually achieve. Talk about the dominance of Celtic. What do they usually do in either the Champions League or Europa League? They barely get into the competition. They barely get into the competition.
Yeah, and if they do, then they finish bottom of the group.
Facts, and they'll barely, like, the only points they'll get is off lucky draws or whatnot. So fair play to Steven Gerrard, fair play to what he's done in the mix of a title race as well. Shame to see them go out, but still though their fans can be buzzing. So Tottenham, yeah.
Listen, I told man already, yeah. Tottenham, they're finished, bro. Like
that's embarrassing.
It's a long way back for Tottenham, you know, because you see the rebuild that's needed at that football club. Tottenham in the last 4 years have never been this far away, yeah, from being a decent team, bro. Because under Pochettino, they were always making improvements. Like they're gonna have to literally knock it all down and start all over again. It's mad, bro.
No. Do you know why it's mad, though? It's mad because I don't really care who your manager is. When you set out that 11 against Dynamo Zagreb, mate, and you should beat them, and you've got a 2-0 advantage, like, I'm sorry. Like, whoever that player was, by the way, who was scoring it, because to be fair to Dynamo, they scored some fucking...
They scored some bangers, didn't it? Yo, bro.
Some belter goals. Oh, my goodness. I was watching that game, and I was thinking, who the fuck are these players, mate? Like, what if these... The manager's just got nicked fucking for 4 years injured. What else is happening at that club? They're using, like, the under 80. Like, well, lads, that's
but you know what it is, yeah? The goal, I remember back in the day when, I can't remember what team it was, that Arshavin and fucking Pavlyuchenko played for, yeah, but I remember when it was coming up to the Euro season, them man had a decent run in Europe, and nobody really knew Arshavin at the time, and he was just on smut, and bruv, you see this, bruh, Zenit.
Zenit.
They
was
were
that
playing for
after
Zenit.
Or before? Because he went back to Zenit, I think.
Yeah, he went back to Zenit, but first time, him and Pavlyuchenko ended up at Tottenham, and bruv.
Yep.
Listen, yeah, when the brother cut inside on his right foot on the left wing and slapped it top bins, I was thinking, bruv, these are one of these things that happen like once every 10 years, yeah, where one of these teams, there's just a breakout player that just does madness. That finish didn't make sense. Like, bruv, like if Son scored that goal, people would have been like, all right, cool, it's Son. This player, I've never heard of him. And he pulled that one out his back pocket on a mad one, bro. I couldn't. What a finish, bro. Like, if there's 2 keepers in the goal, no one's saving that, you know.
He's just added a good couple million to his value there, to be fair to the kid. Like, just in that one game with that one finish. I don't know if he does that on a regular. I don't watch that, but he looked like a baller just with that finish alone. Oh,
I was like, what? Yeah, I'm saying, bro.
What league are they from?
Man, like Osic. Zagreb is Croatia, I think. Where are they from? No, what team is it? No, Slavia Prague or who was it?
I'm not sure. Do you know what's mad though, Rants?
What team is no? Dinamo Zagreb. Zagreb is Croatia.
Oh, is it Croatia? Yeah. So whoever this Orsic is, yeah. Do you know what's dead mad? He's the biggest Arsenal legend of the past like 2 seasons.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
He's the biggest Arsenal. You know what I mean? Lad. Arsenal will sign him without doubt, mate. They'll whack 30 million on Orsic. How old is he? Because he might be a baller, him, but it wouldn't surprise me if it was just a one-off. Just knowing Tottenham's luck.
Bruv, listen, yeah. Like, bruv, man said, yeah, his player of the year card in FIFA was a madness, blood. So, bruv, man knew about him, you know.
Hey, Sean, FIFA.
Man knew about this guy, bruv. Listen, bruv. With that whip there, yeah, bro. Proper Arsenal legend after that, you know. Yeah. Proper Arsenal legend, bro. You see the banner? Did you see the thing with Arteta when they told Arteta that Tottenham got locked out, bruv? And he was holding in the laughter, bro.
Wait, what?
But after the game, they said to Arteta, like, they said, about the performance, and they basically said, obviously you're through. That does the performance matter? Even less so, yeah. That Tottenham have gone out, yeah. And his face was just, bruv. The way he was trying to compose himself was mad. he couldn't believe it when they told him that flipping Tottenham went out, bruv. I know he wanted to just bust out laughing. I would have rated it more if he did. You
would though.
Bruv, I would have just said later. You know, I would have been laughing, dying.
Oh, mate, right, even if you're not a rival of them, that's embarrassing, mate. Like, Liverpool have had some very, very embarrassing defeats in my lifetime. That would be up there. That would very much say, if you've got a 2-0 advantage. Because that's the thing as well. Because this isn't like just a one-off game, a one-off tie. Because a one-off tie, anything can happen. You can lose to a team like Dynamo Zagreb, no problem. But you're telling me. And their first goal came in the 60th minute, didn't it? In the second half.
Yeah, but I never thought, like, even me, yeah. I was like, when someone said, oh, yeah, Tottenham are losing, I was like, bruv, there's bare time. Like, stop telling me this now. You know them ones? Because I was doing a preview for my game.
Yeah,
and I was just like, bruv, there's too much game still. There's not a lot of game to play left. Yeah, that like Tottenham are safe. I didn't believe it until the third one went in and I saw it was 86 minutes. And I was like, Jesus, them man are really going out.
Well, the question you've really got to ask now, what happens with Harry Kane and all this?
Bro, listen, Harry Kane is gonna go out like Alan Shearer, blood, without the Premier League trophy, bro. Honestly.
No, wait there. Like, I'm on it. Nah, I hear what you're saying and fair play to him if he does, but you're not going to be playing Champions League next year. You just
but bruv, he just signed a new deal not too long ago, and it was big money and it was a long deal. He can't leave. Him and Jack Grealish signed like long deals, bro. Like, them man can't leave unless someone puts the money up, and the money's not there, bro.
Oh, lad, they're fingered then, aren't they?
Proper.
No way. That's heavy, that, lads. I feel sorry for Harry Kane there, because Bale's gonna sod off. What about Son? What do you know of your Son? Because we talk about Harry Kane and whether he's gonna stay or not. Do you know of your Son? How old Son?
Bro, 28 or so. They can't let Son go. You know why? Because Son is worth more than Harry Kane, bro.
Because of where he's... No, I know. This is what we're like with Mo Salah. So because of where he's from and whatnot, and the amount of people that follow... Even the fact he's just a Muslim, and he's the number one Muslim athlete, bro, that brings so much attraction to Liverpool. Human... Bro, you put them... it's like even when your brother does it in his titles, you put them Korean titles or like...
Korean titles in it, and the views go mad.
And the views go crazy, lads. It's the first thing that you put in. But
it's the your Son with Mo Salah, because the thing is...
Go on.
Like, he's also, when you look at representation, as well, bro, like, he's the highest profile Muslim, North African, do you know what I'm saying, with that Arab descent, bro. You know them ones there, so it's different. You know them ones. So it's different because there's loads of Muslim footballers, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? There's loads of them. Do you know what I'm saying? But he is the first one that fits that profile. So his reach in like the Middle East and all these other things, bruv, that's where his market value is, isn't it? So if you lose him, you lose all that.
Oh, that's the thing. This is why I don't think... Because Salah has opened up about not wanting to leave Liverpool, and that's why I don't think he will leave, because Liverpool won't be... Even when he does start dropping a few goals, mate, he's still going to be selling a lot of friggin' shirts. So that could be a dangerous one to watch out for the future, to be fair. But... what's it called? Yeah, what was we saying there? What was we saying there before bringing
just about Son?
Yeah, Son. So this is what I was going to say about Son. Even though, like, if you're Tottenham, you do not want to sell Son in the slightest because of everything that he brings, even as a player. If you're Son, though, you've played in the Bundesliga, from my knowledge, once fuck all, because you were with Leverkusen or whoever it was. Then you move to Tottenham, and you've got to a Champions League final. That's what you've got to show for your time at Tottenham. You've got a League Cup final in a couple of weeks, which you're most likely not going to win. Yeah. And to be honest with you, even if you do win that, and you're Son, and you're staying at Tottenham for the next 2 years or whatnot.
Yeah, he's older than Harry Kane.
All I've got to show is a League Cup. All I've got to show is a League Cup. And your Son is one of the world's best footballers in terms of everything he brings. Yeah. At least in that position.
Yeah, in terms of the marketing value, in terms of what he can give you on the pitch. Yeah, he's an absolute steal. Do you know what I'm saying? Because he's worth just as much off the pitch as he is on the pitch. Mm-hmm. And there's not many players like that. Like, I know my man said Pogba too, yeah, but Pogba and Mo Salah, like, bro, look, bro, they look completely different, innit? Mo Salah's demographics completely different. Mo Salah is literally the pride of the Arab world, blood. You know them ones. It's different. Like, Mo Salah's thing is mad. When you're driving around Dubai, Mo Salah's face is everywhere. Mobile phone, fucking, like, boards, everything, bro. No matter where you go. When you go through the malls, his face is everywhere. It's different, bro. You know what I mean? And Son's like that. Like, Son is like a pop star where he is. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them
like
things
Minamino.
Where,
if you think like Minamino is one of the is like what you just said, a superstar where he's from.
Yeah.
Imagine what Son's like. He's a hero. He's like if you could see like David Beckham just walking in the street here. That's like one of the heroes of this country. It might not be for you, but that's what Son's like there on another level, probably.
100%, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And
do you know what though? It's mad with Tottenham because when he first joined Tottenham, they're in a very different position. They've just got Dele Alli. They've just got they've got Kane, 25 years of age or however old he would have been, or 26, basically barely even in his prime. You've got APPAREL, who at that point is one of the better centre backs in the league. You've got Vertonghen, who's comfortably in his prime. You've got just a solid team, solid squad depth. Oh, not to mention a very good manager. A young manager with ambition. And it's like now, they would have had, I feel like that buzz of Jose Mourinho and what he can potentially bring just because of his CV, that buzz is now gone. I feel like that's even showing in the dressing room. Even Lottie said in the interview, he brought up something, I never saw the exact quote, but, you know, even if the chat could let us know, that'd be brilliant. But I think he said something about, like, the circumstances going on behind the scenes or something like that. And it wouldn't surprise me, bro, because that's what that manager brings. He brings 99 problems and fucking
and that one thing's supposed to be a fucking medal, a trophy. They ain't getting that trophy. You know, like that. They ain't getting that trophy. That man said Orsic went to Zagreb from the Barcelona Academy. Well, fucking hell, it showed yesterday, bruv.
Well, yeah, he must be
showed yesterday. You know them ones there because my man was just on. He was just on smoke. That's all it was, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And I said their manager must have been texting them man at half time from a burner phone, blood, that he had under his bunk bed in prison, fam, because them man were moving mad. I don't even know if man had a little FaceTime or whatever, but bro, them man played like they were possessed yesterday. And Mourinho can talk about attitude and all these other things till the cows come home, yeah? It's like them guys, sometimes it's just written in the stars, innit? You know them ones. How many times have man's managers gone jail while they're in the middle of
No. Do you want me to tell you what they done? Do you want me to tell you what they done? Let me tell you what they done. Before the match, right, they all huddled up together and they all just sort of made it, the energy was smothering the room. It was unbelievable. The belief was just injected into their souls. Whoever the captain was might have even been Orsic. He literally said these wise words and this is what ended up getting them that victory. This is what he said. He went, "It's Tottenham, lads. It's Tottenham, lads."
That's it.
And then what went on to happen is what went on to happen, and history is now being made. Mate, that was unreal. That was unreal. What they done there, to be dead honest with you. Do you know what? Even from your point of view, because fair play to United as well for getting through against AC Milan, because I didn't think they were going to. Obviously, you had Pogba back, but they had a lot of players back as well, which they didn't have in the first leg. So, getting through that, you must be in a mad position. Because if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer gets through against Granada, which he probably will, and then he gets through the semi-final and then wins the damn thing, you're in a position where you want him out. And obviously, you'll be happy if United win that Europa League. But you surely should know that if he wins that, even if he doesn't, he's probably going to be given a new deal.
Mm. Yeah, but you know what it is with me now, yeah? It's one of them ones where I'm stuck with Manchester United for my whole life, regardless, innit? So, regardless of what happens, yeah, that's my team, innit? And I have to
Of
just
course.
ride the wave, innit? So, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is going to get a new deal, they've probably decided it already. There's nothing I could do about it. You know them ones. I just want what's best for my team, bro. I want my team to win a trophy. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Even if it means that I'm stuck with him, bro. Because it's one of them ones where it's been too long for my team not winning trophies, bro. It's been too
I
long.
hear you.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is, man. So it's one of them things where I think that we're the favourites for the competition now. Now we got past AC Milan. AC Milan are better than the team that we're playing next. And then if we go through, you got Ajax or Roma. Those are for me, Ajax and Roma are the two best teams left in the competition. So if we get past them, we're getting Arsenal in the final or Villarreal or something like that. So it's one of them things where I expect at very least, yeah, to get to the final. If we don't get to the final, that's sackable on the spot. Do you know what I'm
Yeah, of
saying?
course.
So it's one of them ones where, bruv, it is what it is, man. My club's just run by a bunch of incompetent idiots, and that's not gonna change anytime soon. So yeah. It's just
Roma
one of
wouldn't
them
be
ones.
a
I
bad
just
one.
have to deal with it, bro. I just have to deal with it. Like, I'm not happy with the manager. I think he's useless. Even yesterday, if Rashford doesn't get injured, yeah, Pogba don't come on at half time. Like, that was an enforced substitution. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? He'll get a lot of credit for it, but he didn't have a choice. He was playing Rashford, yeah, injured in the first place. The geezer's got a busted shoulder, yeah, and he had his ankle strapped, and he touched the ball 16 times in the first half because he couldn't run. So it's one of them things where the substitution was enforced, and he got a lot of credit for the substitution yesterday. But he had to make it. He didn't have a choice. He
I
didn't have
know
a choice, bro.
there was no option.
Do you
Nah,
know
do
what
you know
I'm
what?
saying?
Yeah, then let me put it to you this way. So, would you rather win the Europa League and Ole stays? That'd be guaranteed. Or would you rather not win the Europa League and Ole get sacked?
I don't know, bro. That's
I've kind
hard.
of put you up, kind of put you into a corner there because obviously you always want your team to win. You never want your team to fail, and you don't want people
Yeah,
to assume that.
because no, but
But
if we don't win the Europa
you know
League, that
what's going
means
to
we have
happen
to
if you
lose,
win.
and I don't ever want my team to lose football matches.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where, like, I want my team to win the Europa League no matter what. But I do think that long term, having Oli as the manager is gonna come back to haunt us. But bruv, it's one of them ones where even if we won the Europa League, yeah, for instance, yeah, and then we started off shit next season, he should still be up for the sack anyway, because I've seen Van Gaal win a trophy, get sacked. I've seen Mourinho win two and get sacked. So even if Oli wins the not Champions League, the Europa League, that shouldn't guarantee him safe passage, yeah, for the whole of next season anyway, bruv, if we got a proper board. You know them ones. So really and truly, it's one of them ones where if we're acting like a big club, yeah, even if he does win the Europa League, it doesn't mean that man stuck with Oli for the next 5 years. So it's calm in it. Like, I'll take the
Yeah.
Europa League win all day, but I know that Oli's days, yeah, are numbered at this football club because one, I know that the board aren't like. There's rumors that the board want to spend like an 80 million net in the summer because of COVID, which isn't a lot. Which means we'll probably get one player in. And also, Oli is not tactically good enough to be able to keep improving this club without spending considerable amounts of money. So he will get found out. Next season, Chelsea will finish above us for sure with the manager that they've got. If Oli stays in charge, Man
Yeah.
City will finish above us. I expect Liverpool to be back on their bullshit once they get everyone back together, and they'll be better than us again. Do you know what I mean? So it's one of them ones where honestly, if Oli stays, we're not going to spend a lot of money in the summer. Like, we're going to struggle next season. So I'll take the trophy, mate. I'll take the trophy because I think next season we're struggling anyway.
It's a mad one with Solskjaer, you know. He's probably the most, like, I don't know what the word is that I'm looking for, but you know when the whole football fan base is so split on one manager?
Yeah, he's
So
the most divisive.
that's it. Yeah,
Yeah,
man. Yeah,
yeah.
man. Great vocabulary, Rants.
Yeah.
He's right, lads. Divisive. What's the word?
Yeah,
Divisive.
divisive. That's
Yeah,
exactly what
man.
it is. Yeah.
That's like, mate, to a T. Because when you actually look at him right, and you look at every, like, it's mad. Like, do you know in films when the star of the film he never dies, but he's in a situation every episode where he can die, and you're thinking to yourself, what the fuck's going on?
This is fake, innit? He's moving like
fake.
007, bruv. He's been shot like 8 times, and he's still chasing, man. With
In
bullet
the
holes
face.
and that.
In the face. Not even,
mad,
like,
bro.
the first couple of shots were shots to the belly. You know, the next one was maybe up the arse. He survived that one. Next thing you know, now he's got what? Now he's just got taken ones to the chin, mate.
Yeah.
And he's just walking through. I don't know, especially in recent history, if I've saw anything like it. Because, mate, like what you said, like even though it's a different club and different circumstances, just overall, when you look at recent Premier League history, look what Sarri done in his first year at Chelsea. And then he has to go, type of thing. And I think it's mad the way he is so divisive, because you've seen much better managers even recently, and it's still kind of not being talked about. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy with Ole.
That's what I mean.
Man,
So
like
it's
Ole.
one of them ones with Ole, yeah? Because I'm so confident, in his incompetence, even if we win a trophy, I know he'll fuck it up because he's not good, James. You know them ones. So, like, there's certain things in life that are certain, and Ole is certainly a terrible football manager. Like, you just need to ask, the fans of the previous clubs he's managed. So I'll take the trophy, because I don't know the next time we're going to get an opportunity to win one, because next season we will struggle with him.
No doubt.
We will struggle with him. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm taking the trophy, blood, right now, because I know we're not going to see another one in a minute while he's in charge. I know that we're very, very fortunate to be in a situation now where we can still win 2 trophies. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if man came up against a full strength Liverpool last season, we wouldn't have beat you in the first place. So it's what I know that. So it is what it is, bruv. Not every day you're gonna get to play against Liverpool with 2 centre midfielders at centre back, bro. Like, not every day you're gonna get to play that. So I know, innit, as much as I'm laughing at certain football teams, I know that we're in a very fortunate position to be second in the Premier League now because of what's happening around us, and not because of how good we are. If Chelsea sacked their manager probably 2-3 weeks earlier, would be below them right now. I'm confident of it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm
Especially
saying?
because if you think about it, them 2-3 weeks earlier, there was quite a few games in that little period.
They were winnable games that Lampard was dropping points.
Very winnable games. Tuchel has brought that mad dynamic to where I think he'll probably be up. He'll be up there with probably top 2 next year. Whether it's us and them or City and them, like, they'll be there, mate. They'll be there and thereabouts. Do you reckon they could win the Champions League? Because no one's talking about them winning it, with the fact City
they can win it.
So a favourite, Bayern Munich.
Chelsea can win it. The reason why Chelsea can win it is they're not conceding goals, bro. That's just it. They're not even looking like they're conceding goals, bro.
Like, even if you just take it to penalties, you're right.
Bruv, over
right.
2 legs. Over 2 legs, I think Atletico had like 2 shots on target. Their goalkeeper's not even making saves, bruv. Like, it's fucking crazy. Like, what man's seeing is mad, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, Chelsea are moving mad. They're not even letting man have shots. Like, this is what's going on. Like, so when I watch them play, it's kind of like they just need a little bit of individual brilliance, like a Giroud overhead kick or something like that. Just get the 1 goal, because that 1-0 up, as a Chelsea fan, you got to be confident, because they just don't look like they're conceding goals, bro. And you see with the away goal rule, if Chelsea get that away goal, it's fucked. That's just how it is. Yeah. Get the away goal. 1-0 in Spain.
I don't think it ever felt like, as well, Atletico Madrid were going to get back into that game.
Never.
Like, even before kickoff. You knew they weren't going to get back into that game, bro. It was like, you're talking about a team that, even though I know they set up the way they do and it's worked for them to an extent over the years, but you talk about Luis Suarez, never done fucking nothing. Even the manager took him off after 60 minutes.
Yeah.
You're talking about Felix, who's not even getting touches of the ball. You're talking about, and they've got ballers in that team to be able to do a little bit more.
Yeah, they are, but the thing is with Chelsea, Chelsea are so well drilled. Obviously, the manager set up defensively, but you know what? At the beginning of that game, Atleti, they went for it, but they got no change, and just reverted back to saying "fuck this." All right, cool, like because they did. They tried to attack Chelsea in the first 15 minutes, and they couldn't even muster a chance. It just wasn't working, and then Chelsea pushed them back because what Chelsea have, they've got pace on the break, innit? With Hudson-Odoi, with Werner. Like, they can play that low block and then they can play the ball into the channel and these guys can turn teams around in it with their pace. And Werner done that a lot. And that's the thing. He done it against
Werner's
you lot as
playing
well.
better. Even Werner, like, I know that he might not still be getting the numbers per se, but he's still playing better now. Like, you see, even Havertz, like, have you seen it? Like, Havertz.
Yeah, in the false nine, he looks very good.
He looks like he's been given a little bit more freedom, but in a better system type of thing. So that's what I like about Tuchel. I feel like kind of like what Jurgen Klopp did when he first came to the Premier League. He's brought something new, and not even in the same way that Jurgen Klopp done it. He's doing it in a much more astute way. But what I'm trying to say is that the style of play that he brings and the options that he's got, clearly from his managerial experience, it's bringing something different to the league that people have seen before, but they don't know how to deal with it right now. Do you get what I'm saying? And the fact that he's probably going to change that up even next season, it sets up Chelsea kind of nicely for the next couple of years, if you think about it. With the fact a lot of these players are young as well. Havertz is 20-something, in his early 20s. Timo Werner, same. Mason Mount, same. Who else, lads? Like, bro, he's got Rudiger and Kurt Zouma balling.
Yeah, exactly. And then watch, they'll sign a centre half, or they don't even need to. They've got Tomori at AC Milan, who played very well over the 2 legs against us to come back. They've also got
Christensen.
Yeah, they've also got what is his name? They got Ampadu out on loan as well at Sheffield United at the moment. They've got players within like on their books, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, they can go out and get a centre half. And you know what I like about Tuchel as well, even though, like, for instance, with Conte played the 3 at the back, but that's Conte's thing. Yeah. Like, Tuchel can change it. Because at PSG, he played 4 at the back. So he's not someone that just has a rigid philosophy and is 3 at the back all the time. Like, when he gets players that he trusts more, he can change it. And he can revert to the 3 at the back in the games where he's not so sure. And he can be more expansive if he wants to be. Do you know what I'm saying? He doesn't have to play the same way all the time, bro. Like, he's such a great manager, man. He's a very, very versatile manager. And it's one of them things where, like, they got him. He's young as well. They got him at a good age. You can see that he's still got the enthusiasm for the game. Because when you look at someone like Mourinho, he looks like he's going through the motions right now. Like, he's bored of football now. Do you know what I mean? He's won everything. He's not getting his way anymore in the game. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And he's bored of it, bro. Like, you can see when someone loses their passion for the game. Like, before, he used to be a lot more animated, and now you just see him sitting there almost like I just want to go home to my family now. Like, this is long, innit? And I think that when you got a young, enthusiastic manager and they're winning things, or they can win things, it's a madness. Do you know what I mean? I think that Chelsea, like, a combination,
defo, and a combination of, like, a manager backed by a club that will back you, no doubt about it. They will give you money. They've literally just had a transfer window where they didn't spend nothing. And even though they made up for that a lot in the recent summer, they've got ambition to spend a lot more, especially if you do something mad this season, like win the... If they win the Champions League, can you imagine the investment they're most likely going to make?
Oh, 100%.
Like, bro, like, it's going to... Because, Roman Abramovich is a ruthless motherfucker. Ruthless. Doesn't give a fuck. Like, he's not the same as FSG and that. When FSG win a Premier League and Champions League, yeah, man. We should, well, we're sound then. Mo Salah's 20-something, Mane's 28 or something like that. Like, yeah, these are all in the prime. We don't need to improve. We're sounds. We're the champions of everything. Champions of the world. Champions of Europe. Mate. Do you know what I mean, though, lads? Yeah. And then next, or they'll say it like this: we're the champions of Europe. We're the champions of England, man. We're the champions of England, dude. You know what I'm saying, man? So we're not gonna spend no damn money because that's not what we need to do. And then they're just gonna have a fucking fat cigar. They're gonna get pissed, and it's one of them things, mate, where we don't invest, but Roman Abramovich is just different, and that's good for Tuchel, because right now he's got options, and like what you mentioned there, he can kind of, this is why he's given Klopp and Pep Guardiola, obviously he needs longevity, but he's given them like a good run for the money right now, because kind of like Pep specifically, he likes to change it up very often, and he can do it, especially if he's got the facilities to do so, which he does. So I'm excited to see what he brings, to be dead honest with you. It's been a good start as well, and this isn't
but
even...
Pep can do it, but Pep doesn't look as fluid when he does it. When he goes to a three at the back, his players can do it, but it doesn't look like Tuchel's three at the back. His three at the back just looks different. You know them ones, because Pep was still conceding goals with the three at the back, but you know what I'm saying? It was one of them ones. I think when he played against Pochettino, I think they both played three at the back, because Poch liked to go three at the back against like the bigger teams, innit? And Poch beat him. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of them ones where Tuchel looks comfortable in any system because of his philosophy is very, very fluid, innit? You know them ones, and it's mad. Like, obviously Pep's a Barca legend and that, but brother, I don't remember Barca ever playing three at the back.
No, defo. Like, that's what I mean. This is why Tuchel's giving him a good run for his money. And it's one of them things, like you even brought up Conte before. Do you know after the season he won the league? Didn't he have like a poor start to the next season? Or am I just thinking that? This is what I'm saying.
He did,
yeah, so this is what I'm saying.
I
so
think he fell out with players. That's why. I think he fell out with I think it was Diego Costa and David Luiz. I think he fell out with.
Okay, even if so, the team completely fell apart, and you could even say to some degree, in games got caught out because they still beat the teams they weren't beating at that point. So, when you can't compare, even though Conte went back to Italy and smashed it, like Conte's a great manager, and like we've already mentioned, he's just got the ability to broaden his options tactically, and if he's given options with players, then he can work wonders with that, mate. Like he very much can. They're definitely for the show for the Champions League. No doubt.
Yeah, they are. They're dark horses for me. They are dark horses only because of their manager, man. Like, if your team's not conceding goals, bruv, you just need to rely on a little bit of luck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what Mourinho's Porto done. Like, they weren't conceding very many goals. You can rely on a deflection or getting a penalty or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? But keep your house in order first, innit? And that's what they do. So yeah, man, it's it's mad. You know what I mean? And my man said, yeah, I remember this because Man United, Man City, and Chelsea were in for Eden Hazard, and Eden Hazard said, "Yo, I'm gonna sign for the champions of Europe." That was the season where Chelsea finished. I think they finished outside the top 4 and they won the Champions League or something like that, and they ended up getting Eden Hazard. If Chelsea ever won the Champions League, bruv, then that's a big like attraction for top players to go play for them again. It shows that Chelsea are back in business, man. So,
and if you think about it, Haaland as well, he's gonna look at Timo Werner and think, "Yeah, mate, you can fuck on, you barely wipe my ass, so I'll happily get into that team." Like, there's no doubt about the finishing's just different levels when you compare the two strikers. Haaland's younger, he's proven more already, to be fair, and Werner had a great spell at Leipzig. But when you just think about, when you literally, you need, it's eye test and it's also stats. Like, you can look at both, and he smashes Werner on both of them. So, and how much would Haaland be? For
I don't know. His release clause is 70, but that doesn't kick in till next season. So he'll cost more than that. You know what I mean? I think I reckon they could get him for like 85. I'd pay that in a heartbeat. I'd pay 100 for him.
Do it before someone else can get him.
Yeah, I'll pay 100. I'll pay 100 for him.
I'll pay 100 for him happily. I'll probably pay. To be dead honest, because you don't want someone else swooping in. Obviously, there's only a select few who can do so, but Haaland's destined to come to the Premier League, and Chelsea could be a very likely destination. Because even though, like, his dad played for City, didn't he? Like, his dad, he played for City years ago.
His dad did play for City, and he was born in Leeds, bruv. So it's one of them ones where, like, he's a Yorkshire kid, isn't it? Like, it's a mad one. Like, I think he'll go to Manchester City or Chelsea. I think he's destined for the Premier League. I think his profile suits it. He's powerful. He's pacey. Do you know what I mean? I think once he matures obviously, I'm not saying he's not physically mature, but he's still a kid, innit? Like, he'll fill out even more than this. Like,
Defo.
people, you know what I mean? Like, people don't understand. Even though, like, he's a physical specimen now, if you look at, like, Cristiano, if you look at Zlatan, yeah, in their younger days when they were a bit leaner, and then as you become a man, you just fill out a bit more. You know what I mean? Like, and that's scary, bro. He's gonna get proper strong, bro. Like, it's gonna be scary, innit? Like, and when he turns into what he's meant to be, he's gonna be an absolute freak. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to be dangerous. But you know what we might need from Haaland as well? And I know that clubs are strict on the PR thing, but I just feel like Haaland will be too good to the point where he won't give a fuck. His attitude. He does not give a flying fuck in any interview or game. And I love it. And it's something that I feel like we haven't got much of in the league anymore. You've got the few attitudes, but, you know, even kind of like what Diego Costa brought to the league. He brought a lot of that type of thing. Like I hated Diego Costa, but if he played for me, you love him because he's massive for your team. You love what he brings on the pitch. Yeah,
Haaland's a shithouse, man. Do you know what I'm saying? And I absolutely, I love it. I absolutely love it, bro. He's just like a little Zlatan protege. You know them one. And that's just what it is, bro. He's a proper shithouse. Like, even the other game, like, he missed a penalty. And I think the keeper shouted something at him, yeah, and then they had to retake it, and he slapped the penalty, and he ran up to the goalkeeper and shouted it back at him, bruv. Like, stuff like that. I'm like, he's a little shit, bruv. Do you know what I mean? And he's a teenager, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, he's just a little shit, bro. And I love it. Do you know what I mean? Because when you're a striker, yeah, to be a ruthless clinical striker, you've got to have a bit of bastard in you, bruv. Like, you've got to have that. You know what I'm saying? You've got to have that because for me, yeah, if you're a striker, the goalkeeper's your enemy, bro. Like he's the guy standing between you and scoring a goal. So you have to hate goalkeepers. You know them. You have to hate them, bro. Like it's a competition. You've got to thrive in that one-on-one duel with the goalkeeper because that is your enemy, bro, for the 90 minutes. And this guy's got no respect for anyone, bro. Like, and I love it.
Someone's just said in the chat, like, he didn't even know what the goalkeeper said to him, but he still just...
Yeah, he just said it back. He just said it back and didn't know what it meant, bruv. Like, you know, because he didn't give a fuck, bro.
Do you know what, though? Do you know what? You mentioned as well that he's more likely to go to either City or Chelsea. But say if he was to go to City, someone just even said in the chat that they're a City fan, but they'd want Felix over Haaland. And I kind of get them. I was gonna say, yeah, so like he suits their system. He's probably more versatile across the front three. Not to say Haaland couldn't do it, but he is just a proper striker, Felix.
But he's got when you got fucking Kevin De Bruyne and Gundogan slapping them crosses in, bro.
That's like,
there's not, a bit different. There ain't another fucking striker in the world you want on the end of them than that kid. Do you know what I mean? Him or Harry Kane, you know the ones there, and you'd want Haaland on the end, bro. Like, Haaland is an absolute specimen of a human being, bro. And do you know what I mean? I'm starting to really like him because he's starting to remind me of like Ruud van Nistelrooy, bro. But with a bit, but just
because he's a proper finisher.
Just a proper finisher, innit? Even though Ruud's link-up play and backing into players was better, but Ruud was a bit older when we got him. So Ruud was a bit more street smart, innit? Like, he wasn't a pace player, but now Haaland's a real deal, innit?
And the thing, and do you know what's mad as well? Like, Haaland's done this at so many different levels. Like, he just scores. He gets the same numbers no matter where he is. So when you look back at the team that he was before Dortmund, he's getting the same numbers. When you look at when he was in the under-21s for his national team, bro, he scored 9 goals in one game. He scored 9 goals in one. I can't remember who the team was against, but I saw the highlights on YouTube the other day. Haaland scores 9 goals in one game, and I clicked on it. Bro, he basically scored 10, but one of them were offside. One of them were offside. So my man scored 10 goals in 90 minutes of football, Rants. Yeah. You've got to be taking the piss. You give him this guy's chances. A robot. He's more likely to score all 3 than score 1. Bro, wouldn't surprise me. Would not surprise me.
He's a fucking robot.
If we ripped him open when he retires, wouldn't surprise me. We saw all fucking wires and shit or metal in places that we shouldn't know.
This is what he is, man. Like, he just reminds me of them fucking Universal Soldiers, blood. Man, you just plug him in.
Even in his interviews, he looks at the interviewer like he's some next level wanker.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to be there, bro. He just wants to score goals and go home, bro.
He wants to just go and speak to his missus. He wants to chill. Like, bro, even when you look at pictures and old photos and old videos of him, like, he made a tune a few years ago with his mates. It's on YouTube. He just made a tune with his mates, lad. Like, you can just see he's never been arsed, and he's probably always been liked and favoured that way. And that's why he's came in with this type of attitude, thinking, you know what, mate? As long as the people around me know that I'm sweet, I don't give a fuck what any of these think about me. Do you get what I mean? You can see it doesn't, like, get to him as much, and he's just really being himself. And that's the type of footballer I'd want. Liverpool are never going to get him. But, like, Chelsea or Man City, perfect option, to be dead honest with you. But with João Felix, though, I think he would maybe suit City more, but in terms of goals and whatnot, Haaland's always going to bring you more, so it depends what you want. Do you think Felix should leave Madrid?
Yeah. I think he should have never gone there in the bloody first place. Do you know what I mean? It's one of them ones where if you love football, you don't sign for
Atletico Madrid.
You don't sign for Atletico Madrid, bro, if you're an attacking player.
Simeone.
Yeah, you don't do it. The only way you sign for Atletico is if you're a goal poacher, because that way you know that they just rely on your efficiency in it. So it's a good move for Suarez. But if you're a creative player that likes to express themselves, the team's not about that. The team is a well-oiled machine at all times. I mean, and that's what it is. So that's some joke thing, bro. I can't even lie.
And, like, even you put him around like a Luis Suarez and whatnot, but it just seems to be the system just doesn't suit him. So you can put anyone there. You can get Griezmann back into that team as well as Suarez and Felix, and it won't make a difference. You can get the most creative player that you can think of, put him behind, and it probably won't make a difference with that system and with that manager. He's just not going to be as involved with the team, so he's not going to flourish as much. He can still do a great job because that's what great players do, but it's not full potential. How old is he? 19, 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, lad, there we go. Then get your move soon, son. But by the time you're 21, get a move to either a different league or just a different club. That's going to play more to your strengths, because I feel like just a team where he can be given a little bit more freedom, like a City or even a Chelsea, mate, Felix is also a problem.
Bro, he's an absolute baller, and he's being slept on because he's playing for a shit team, bro.
Yes, and he's not generating the numbers like an Mbappe and a Haaland, and really, he's actually in that conversation when you really think about it.
Bro, in terms of talent, them man can't talk to him, but the problem is, he's got talent. You know what I'm saying? He's a top player. He's got aesthetics, he's got the lot, but the thing is with him, he's not putting up numbers in it. So, and to make noise in football these days, you have to put up numbers. If you're not putting up numbers, you don't make noise, because a lot of people don't watch the game anymore. So because of that, if you're not featuring on the Opta fucking Twitter account like every week, like nobody gives a shit in it. But this kid is he's a special footballer, but he shouldn't have gone there, bro. The fact that he's gone for over 100 million, at his age tells you how good he is. But he should have never gone there. So hopefully Pep can rescue him. Do you know what I mean? Like this guy said, Haaland's not a City player. It's going to be Zlatan Pep, Barcelona 2010. Yeah, that didn't work out.
True. But I feel like this is different. I don't know why. It's one of them things. He's going to play the games. He's most likely still going to get the goals. You know what's dead mad as well? If you're Haaland's dad, imagine you going back to City compared to what it was like when you were last there. Thinking, fucking hell, this is a little bit different, isn't it, mate? Just walk in, just see the big, massive training facilities and whatnot. Just see all the dough just in one cut, all these trophies that weren't there before. Be fucking mad. I don't know. I feel like he would be a City player. You mentioned before, De Bruyne. You know, all the creativity that they've got in that squad. I don't want to name a list of 6 players that they've got now, and probably 1 or 2 creative players they're going to bring in the summer, which will massively benefit Haaland in many different ways. He'll smash it wherever he goes, I feel, in terms of numbers. Like even Zlatan Ibrahimovic, even though he didn't smash it at Barcelona, you still knew he was a very good player. It was just kind of circumstances and obviously other players within that team and whatnot that stopped him from doing so.
Yeah. Absolutely. Big up everyone inside. 1.4 in here, smash the like button. All these quotes coming out talking about Pogba contracts and all this nonsense. Like
that's time of the day again.
They're saying he's yet to table a formal offer to Pogba, despite Oli admitting there's been discussions and talks. Yeah, of course. There's always discussion and talks before a formal offer's tabled. The formal offer always comes last. Do you know what I mean? Discussion and talks just basically means they probably said to Pogba, how do you feel about signing a new deal? And he probably said, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, he hasn't ruled it out, but he said, yo, we'll see how things go at the end of the season. We'll sit down and talk. That's probably what's going to happen. It'll be very, it'll be very interesting to see how this plays out.
Defo. And I'm intrigued to see how it plays out because it feels like that dream. Because the story was Paul Pogba comes back to Manchester United and all goes well again. We build a team around him, and rightly so. And then we should be good from there. We're now 5 years since he's joined?
Yeah.
5, bro, like, I'm not being funny or nothing. He's won a Europa League. He's won a League Cup. He can win another Europa League. But other than that, are you still in the FA Cup, actually? You're still in the FA Cup, aren't you?
Yeah.
So he can win another FA Cup. But if you're Paul Pogba, the one, the only, like, mate, you don't just accept that type of thing. You don't. It's like, and if I was Paul Pogba, I'd be really... How long's he got left on his contract?
After this season, 1 more year.
Ooh, yeah, I wouldn't be looking on renewing anytime soon.
I'd get the hell out of there, mate.
You don't nothing to Man United other than what you've done.
He owes nothing to the football club, but the problem is he actually loves the football club. What a lot of fans can't get their thick heads around, yeah, when they're abusing him. Like, he literally left his family in France, yeah, to come and play for Man United. As far as he's concerned, this is his home. So when he was given the opportunity to come back, he always wanted to come back. He felt like he had an unfinished business there, and he wanted to go back home, innit? He ain't been treated as such by a certain section of the fan base, and he hasn't been appreciated, even though he's been our best player the whole time he's been here. So it's one of them ones where if I was him, I'd leave. But I genuinely think that he's emotionally attached to the football club, and he might end up staying. And I think if he ends up staying, I think he'll regret it when he retires. So it's
that's nothing but good for United, though. That's all but good. I mean, no, that's only good. Even is what I meant to say, mate. Like, if he stays at the club, even with what's going on there at the moment and what's been going on over the past few years, actually fair play to him, because not only has he displayed since he's joined there, really, that he's a leader. He's a quality player, and he's always been able to keep that team afloat. He's always been able to get that team over the line into top 4. One player can't get you competing with City.
Nope.
You get what I'm saying? One player can't do that. However, what they can do, they can be the difference of whether you get a 3 points or a 1 point. They can be, and they can be the difference on more than one occasion. So when you look at a Paul Pogba, you look at many. Without Paul Pogba, you might not be, or you won't be, most likely in the next round of the Europa League. And we're only talking about the quarterfinals. We're not talking.
No, might be. Without Paul Pogba, we would have gone out last night for sure. Like, it's not even debatable, bro.
Even if he never got that goal, he probably would have just came up with something later on in the game. You know what I'm saying? And it's just one of them things, lad, where I respect it. Even though, like you said, he might regret it when he retires, if he stays at Man United too long and spends his prime years there. That being said, fair play to him. I actually have admiration for that. I feel like that's a very noble thing to do, because you mentioned as well about him leaving his family. See, I didn't know that, and that's like, obviously a lot of players have got to make that type of sacrifice, but even when it's not going wrong,
Paul Pogba was in the academy with Jesse Lingard, bro.
No, he was there for time. When actually, how long was he in the academy for? From what age to?
For a while. Like, I'll get the I'll do the math right now, and I'll tell you.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because this geezer joined us in. Because he joined from the youth academy. Yeah, he came to United in, where is that?
Because it was Sir Alex who weren't as keen on him at the end, weren't he?
No, it wasn't. He wasn't keen, bruv. He wanted him to be patient, and Pogba didn't want to be patient.
Okay.
You know what I mean? What are we in 2021? 2021.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So Pogba joined Man United like 12 years ago, bloods. So, and he's 20. and he's 20. He just turned 28. So yeah, so he was 16.
16, so he's a baby, lad. He's been there since he's a fucking baby. At the end of the day, he spent his developing as a man years there.
Yeah,
That's
so
massive.
so 15, 16, he joined
Yeah.
Manchester United. You know what I mean? 15, 16 years old. Imagine that. 15, bro. You ain't even sat your GCSEs. You know what I'm
No,
saying?
you're
And
a
he's come
baby.
to play for Manchester United. He's got two older brothers that are professional footballers. So man moved away from his brothers, yeah? His twin brothers. Do you know what I'm saying? To go play for
Yeah.
Manchester United. And as far as I know, his mum didn't come with him. You know
Yeah,
them ones there.
that's belter, mate. Shows the character that he is, though. Doesn't give a fuck. He wants to win. And even though, like, you can say it's about his testament to his loyalty to the club, but as well, I feel like he just does not want to accept the return that it's been, and the fact that it's not been a Champions League win or a Premier League win. You can see that he really does want to give that to the club, and I have a different type of respect for players like that for myself, and I know that in hindsight it might not give them the glory that they so wished or they so more so deserve. That being said, mate, if he does win that Premier League or whatnot, it's gonna mean all the more. Do you get what I'm saying? And the part that he had to play for that, even though it might go unnoticed, it's just facts. You can't deny facts, and you can't deny the part that he's had to play in that team.
Bro, he just feels like he's got unfinished business in it.
Yeah.
With the club in it. He genuinely feels that. You know what I'm saying? So because of that, he don't really want to leave. But I feel like he has to. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he has to for his career, bro, because it's crazy, bro. You know what I mean? If you look at some of the players that he's been compared to, I remember when you was talking about the Henderson stuff, bro. I was laughing.
First off, that was your fault, and that weren't even me who brought it up. I brought up Henderson about the leadership aspect and consistency. I weren't bringing up anything about the quality of the player. That was you brought that up in your chat. That was you.
Hey,
the
bottom line is, the bottom line is, he should never be mentioned in a conversation, with Jordan Henderson about anything, because like they're not on the same level regardless. Because man talk about leadership.
Wise, you're right.
Because man talk about leadership, but bruv, what Pogba done yesterday was leadership. Do you know what I mean? That was picking up your whole team, putting them across your shoulders, and winning a game for them. That's leadership, bro. When Bruno jumped on Pogba's back, when he scored that goal, that was symbolic, because everyone looked at Bruno. Bare people were saying, "Oh, give Bruno the armband," all these other things. He's bruv, like, do you know how highly Bruno respects Paul Pogba, bro? Like, he knows that him and Paul Pogba are not the same, blood. He knows that, bro. Like, everyone at the club knows that Paul Pogba is the best player. Everyone, when you look, the way the players look at him, the way the players talk about him, they know that he's on another level to everyone else. But the disrespect he gets from the media, from certain football fans, and certain sections of the public, is borderline disgraceful, blood. So for me to see that, it's mad to me, bro. Like, it's actually mad. Like, when you look at man's honors, like, it's actually a flipping joke. And people forget, that, like, even individually, from a very, very young age, he's won everything, bro. You know them, like it's actually a joke. The disrespect is crazy, bro. And then our fans want to disrespect him. Certain sections of the fan base were using Bruno as a stick to beat Pogba with when Pogba came in. Bruno went out to the league, that Pogba absolutely destroyed, and ended up back in Portugal, bro. You know them ones there, and they're trying to compare them as footballers, bro. It's not even close. And the thing is, even though you shouldn't compare players within your own team, everyone always does it, bro. It can't be helped. Do you know what I'm saying?
No,
because if one player's playing instead of another player, or one player's occupying space, another player should be occupying, there's always going to be a conversation to be had. And the facts are, Paul Pogba is head and shoulders clear of everybody in that whole squad. By far, he's one, if not two levels clear of everyone else. And he showed that yesterday, because without him, we would be out of the competition. Make no mistake about it. Do you know what I mean? So a lot of the discussions around Paul Pogba, are ludicrous, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And the frustration that I've had having to defend this guy, for years, after hearing people disrespect him, like, yesterday was just vindication for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? And I can only imagine how he feels because the shit that he gets, the people that talk shit about him, yeah, footballers that ain't even had half the career that he's had, yeah, and he's still got football to play and they're disrespecting him, bro. It's crazy. These Sky Sports, man, a lot of these, man, this guy's putting their kids through private school, mate, because he's all they fucking talk about, even if he's not playing. And he's still in his prime and he's still got trophies to win.
Yep. Nah, too right, lads. And you know everything you've just said about Paul Pogba? I agree. I absolutely agree. You just bringing up the Henderson thing that you mentioned earlier, though. That was a conversation that shouldn't have been had, especially with the fact when you look at Pogba and when you look at Henderson. I even said it then. Technical player-wise, Paul Pogba is above Henderson, and I've always said that. And like I said, there can't even be a conversation to be had. And if any Liverpool fan did say that, I wouldn't support it because I wouldn't agree with it. That being said, in terms of when you look at another baller, for example, like Virgil van Dijk, who is a very good technical player, he actually does look up to Henderson. Not literally, because he's well bigger than him. That being said, figuratively, he does look up to Henderson, and you look at all the winners that are in our team, and you look at everyone there, they all look up to Henderson.
But again, it's a cultural thing as well. He'll look up to JMO as well, because they're English, they know the Premier League, they know the culture of the
But Henderson hasn't always been good, that's the thing. Like, that's why I don't like, because you bring up Paul Pogba, and the disrespect that he absolutely does get. I don't like the disrespect Henderson gets. I see people calling him a bum. That's fair enough if you want to say that, but I know you're most likely saying that for one of two reasons. One, you haven't watched them over the past 2 or 3 years, or two, you're just trying to get a reaction out of whoever it is in the video. Again, sounds, but you don't actually know what you're talking about. Not talking to you, talking to anyone who does call Henderson a bum or whatnot. Mate, a bum doesn't achieve what Henderson has achieved. A bum does not play with the players that have actually competed with Henderson over the years, and Henderson is the one who stayed in that team, and he's the first name on the team sheet. A bum isn't someone who leads a team to a Champions League. A bum is very much certainly not a leader to lead your team to the first Premier League in 30 almighty years. That's not what a bum does. I've seen bums, I know bums. In fact, once or twice I've probably been a bum. That being said, Henderson's not a bum. He's overcame adversity in times of his career. He's shown attitude that many players just don't seem to have, and perseverance that many players don't have. And I have admiration for that. That's why I have admiration for Pogba. And I feel like that's always been misconstrued in this stupid debate that for some reason someone brought up, which should, again, never been a conversation. Two very different players. They play in the same area of the pitch. But you look at what Henderson's best.
But they shouldn't be playing in the same area of the pitch, because the manager's playing my guy out of position.
Now, this is what I was going to say. This is what I was going to say. You're playing Pogba at a more holding role. You're telling me to judge what they've been doing the past few years. Henderson's been doing a better job. Not to say he's been a better player. Circumstances very much certainly do come into that. But that's why I like to give my support to Henderson. That's all it is.
Oh, I get why you support your players, but I mean in general. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but he could do it at any club, though. This is why I admire. I don't
think that Henderson could do it. I don't think that Henderson could play at the level that he's playing at Liverpool at any club, yeah, and thrive. Because honestly, I think that the players around him and the style of play that he plays suits him so well. That's why he was struggling under previous managers, mate.
But that's not particularly true. He's just played at centre back, Rants, and he's just done a great job at that gaming.
Yeah, but
he's
again,
improved as a player, and mentally he just knows.
But you can play at centre back, yeah, in a good team, bro. Like, I watched Alex Song and fucking Mascherano play centre back for Barcelona,
and that's
not hard to play centre back at Barcelona, bro, because they have most of the ball all the time. It's not the same job.
Absolutely fine, except we don't have the ball most of the time when he was playing centre-back. We're playing against teams and getting more level possession with them. We're playing against teams who have actually got very good attacking options. And he's leading the back line. He's not just participating. He's leading the back line. He's got the trophies to complement all this. He's overcame shit seasons. Mate, like you can talk about, he's just improved. And people just seem to not want to accept that. Whereas he's just improved as a player. People can improve.
Of course he's improved. He's matured, bro. He's a seasoned pro.
And he's also became a much better player. Like, that's
he's a seasoned professional, yeah. With Henderson, what comes with being a seasoned professional is your decision making improves, your positioning improves, all of these things that take your football up to another level. I think they're talking about him from a technical standpoint, and that's it. Do you know what I'm saying? But there's other intangibles in football that makes Henderson a valuable player for your team. I'm not disputing that. Do you know what I mean? I think people are just talking about ability. Do you know
But
what I'm
even
saying?
still, you
But
can't call him a bum.
ability is not everything in football, but it's a lot. You know
No,
them ones.
it's a
So
lot. Oh, facts a lot. But even still, technically wise, he's not on a level of Paul Pogba. So when I say what I'm about to
bruv,
say,
no one's on a level of Paul
don't
Pogba
twist.
technically. So that's not
No,
really that's not
that's fine. But
yeah.
just in case people try and twist my words of what I'm, but he's a good technical player.
Yeah.
He's a good technical player, not world class. But when you complement that with world class leadership abilities, in fact, possibly even elite leadership abilities, mate, it makes him a world class player. This is the argument I've always put forward for him. That's all it is.
No, I hear what you're saying, bro. Like for me, he'll never be world class, but I understand your argument in it.
That's absolutely
This
fair, yeah.
comment here, yeah, is absolutely ridiculous. But I thought I put it on the screen because I needed a good laugh today.
Yeah,
You
then.
know them ones there, bro. Like man said, yeah, that Bruno's got 30 moments like the Pogba winning and putting us through into the next round of Europe, yeah, this season. How about name three about 30? You can't even name me three, blood. You're talking shit. You know them ones there. Shit, bro. Do you know what I mean? Shit.
Is he talking about like game winning moments?
Bruv, not what, but it's not just a match winning moment. No, I'm not talking about a penalty in the last minute against Brighton. I'm talking about, yeah, bringing man through to the next round of Europe, winning the game, bro. The only goal he's got like that is the Liverpool free kick. That's it in the FA Cup. Was that the FA Cup? Or was that the League Cup? FA Cup. That's the only goal that's even comparable to Pogba's goal yesterday. And it's not even just Pogba's goal, it's Pogba's performance, bro. Not the goal. The goal was one thing, but he lifted the whole team from the minute he stepped on the pitch. We went from getting battered in the first half to dominating the second half, and he was in games, bro. He puts numbers on the board, innit? Don't
Is my thing gone off? Oh. This isn't my thing, is it? Rants, I don't know if you can hear me, my mate, but my thing's frozen. So if you think I'm chatting shit, I'm not. Let me message him. Because I don't know if we're live. Yes, it's not just me. Rants is cutting out. Thank fuck for that. I thought it was me. You know, people, I'm not going to lie to you. Right, let me message the bastard. Right. Rants Nino. I've got this. Do you know one of them messages? I got this. I got this, man. I got this, guys. I got this. You know what I'm saying? I thought that was me. I'm not going to lie to you. Yeah, he was kind of making a point. He was backing his boy. And, yeah, let me see what he said. Coming back, bro. He's coming back now, people. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. James's 15 minutes of fame. You know the score. You know the score. You don't know what for. Daniel says, let's not overrate Bruno, but what I know is Bruno loves playing with Paul Pogba, vice versa. Pogba has way more clutch moments and has gotten us through the games, like Fulham game, Burnley game, AC Milan, etc. Very true, very true. I'm on this same choo-choo train, you know, as well. People, by the way, when it comes to Paul Pogba, it's just always kind of came against that. Like, people think that I think he's shit. Don't think he's shit at all, mate. Be stupid. Don't know nothing about football if you think Paul Pogba's shit. At the same time, I just back my players and I back my boy. That being said, Paul Pogba's different, mate. And that goal in itself, right, that he does yesterday against AC Milan, that in itself just shows and it proves the class, the leadership and everything else that comes with Paul Pogba. Just does, mate. And you can hate on him all you want. You can not want him to do well. It doesn't deny facts. And facts are, Paul Pogba is one of the best footballers in world football. It's one of the facts, lad. So, it is what it is, do you know what I mean? But mate, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to talk about Real Madrid, because I haven't even done a video on my channel yet about it. Do you know what? Do you know when I think about Real Madrid, right? Because I haven't watched them a lot, and I am going to need to do a lot more research on how they've been playing. I watched a game or two of them against Atalanta, but I haven't watched them in the league this season or anything like that. The way I think of it, right, is they have got players there to hurt us, and I'm only thinking from a Liverpool point of view because that's all I can really do. They've got good midfielders there, like a Casemiro, who can hold things together. They've got other players there, do you know what I mean? That being said, I just feel like if Liverpool can do what they usually do, which is, again, big question, a big fucking ask as of what we've been doing recently. Say if we can have Fabinho in midfield. Say if we can be fucking lucky and we can actually have man like Fabinho fit for that game, first and second leg, and we can have him in the midfield. That'd be great. Let's say if we can have Nat Phillips and Kabak, defo fit, yin and yang, the fucking, who else? Name me, Anton Zech, name me another partnership. Rants to the bench, do you know what I mean, mate? Like this, that and the other. So if we can have all these players fit for the game, then I am confident. Obviously injuries can change it. That being said, what worries me is I don't know if Liverpool, even with Fabinho and Thiago and all these players, still have the ability. They've got the ability, but they don't do it as frequent to control the game. In terms of possession, in terms of having more chances, whether you score them, whether they're effective is a different story, but you at least control the game. That's what I'm waiting to see if Liverpool will do. We did against Leipzig. We had a lot of control against Leipzig, who also are a very good team, who, by the way, are in better form than Real Madrid. When you look at it in the league, it could go in our favour. It's going to be interesting. Underdogs, I'm interested to... who do you think will be the underdogs when it comes to Liverpool and Real Madrid? Who do you think? Because even though we're kind of probably shitter, we are shitter, we're lower in the league than where we should be. We were the champions last year. I believe they're the champions as well, but they're like third or something like that. So I believe we're the underdogs, but Rance made a good point about the fact we've just won the league. So that could like play in our favour in terms of the odds. And it's not that I'm asked about odds. I'm basically asking because it isn't the same game that it would be last year or the year before. Do you get what I mean? It's just not the same game. Real Madrid don't have that same quality. Literally, I said it to Rance. Get on this. The first player I thought of when we drew Real Madrid, I was thinking, wow, we've got to play Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo doesn't even play for them. Doesn't even play. Hasn't for years. But I thought of Cristiano Ronaldo because I associate him with that club that much. But they've still got great players, though. So I'm not trying to take the piss. And I wouldn't have minded a Porto, don't get me wrong, but the team that I wanted to avoid was Chelsea. So I'm happy about that. People are saying Madrid. Someone says Benzema will finish that Liverpool defence. Benzema's been on fire. But how many strikers have came to Anfield this season, and Anfield where we've been shite? And how many strikers have came and not done it? So many strikers have, don't get me wrong. But now it's different. Benzema's coming up against the Kabak and Nat Phillips. People don't disrespect the yin and yang partnership. Do you know what I mean? Benzema's came up against many defence. You're talking about some of the greatest defences. You're talking Puyol and fucking PK probably plays against them. He's probably played against Golden. He's played against some of the greatest centre-backs in world football. Let's go to the Champions League where he's played against Jerome Boateng in his prime, when he's played up against some fucking Matt Hummels. I can't believe I'm running short on great centre-backs, but Vincent Kompany, like, lads, it doesn't even matter. Do you get what I mean? That being said, even though Benzema's came up against some of the best centre-backs in world football, he just hasn't faced the partnership of Nat Phillips and Kabak. He just hasn't done it. And not many people have. You don't know that storm until you walk into that storm. Do you hear me, people? It's one of them things. Don't put disrespect on Nat Phillips and Kabak's name. This is a partnership to be reckoned with. In fact, I'm not going to say what I was about to say that Van Dijk's going to be shitting himself, but he's not, though, is he? He's not. He's just not. Nah, but seriously, though, I think Nat Phillips could maybe be like a decent little fifth choice option. Rio and Vidic. Two righties played. Yeah, Rio and Vidic, man. He would have played against them and he probably would have done. Wait, the thing is, when did Benzema join? It was 2009 when he joined Real Madrid, weren't it? Unless I'm chatting shit. I think it was. Might have been 2010. By the way, people, sorry that it's my ugly scouse ass taking over the stream. Basically, Rance has got McDonald's connection. Worse than everyone. Do you hear what I mean? I think he'll be coming back soon, though. I'm getting clipped. What do you mean I'm getting clipped? I'm getting clipped. Why am I going to get clipped?
What did you say?
Nothing. Do you want me to tell you what I...
why are they going to clip you, blood?
Nah, they're not going to clip me. I don't even know what they're saying. This is the thing. Your chat like to come up with crazy conspiracies. What are you going to clip, chat? I was chatting shit, bro. Like, I could have said anything in that 5 minutes that you were gone.
You man can beat La Liga. You can beat Real Madrid. You can. I just don't want you to, innit?
Yeah, they're talking about man like Benzema though, and I get it. Like he's
Benzema's
a serious
cold,
problem.
bro.
He's a problem. He's
cold,
a problem. But he's coming up against Nat Phillips and Kabak though.
Yeah, man, come on, man. Them two, man, that's baby food for Benzema.
They say that to the last couple of strikers to come up against them, fella. Still in the back pockets, still trying to find the way out.
You man have been beaten by so many people. I don't know what the fuck's going on.
But it went with Kabak and Phillips though, bro. It went with Kabak and Phillips. Kabak and Phillips are undefeated, I believe. Might be wrong.
Maybe, but I mean, Benzema's not the guy to test, bro. Many have tried to defeat Benzema and failed, bro. He's been at Real Madrid. I don't think a foreign player spent that much time at that football club, bro. This guy's undefeated. Can't beat Benzema. So it's one of them ones where it'll be very interesting to see how that one plays out, bro. But over 2 legs, I expect you guys to just get the job done. If it was a one-off game, I'd put money on Real Madrid. But I think over 2 legs, even though Anfield is not the fortress it used to be last season, I think over 2 legs you can maybe get an away goal and make it a very difficult tie for them.
We might play in our foreign home ground, which we're undefeated in. We might play.
Where's that?
I don't know. I think it's in like some mad gaff. But do you know what? I just hope we don't play at Anfield because do you know what, mate? I do feel like it'll bring a little bit of bad luck. Therefore, I'd rather just slap Real Madrid in some moody country. Do you know what I mean? Just some of my country, like where no one can even watch the game, lad. It's one of them things. It's in the middle of nowhere, and then we just go home nicely. I hope we beat them, lad, because to be honest with you, the second we're out of the Champions League, my season's over then, lad. I've got no...
it's true, you're right.
Like, obviously, I'll want us to win games and I'll have the passion on the day, but I won't be thinking about games leading up to it and whatnot because they mean fuck all. Like, even top 4, like, if you told me at the start of the season I am competing for top 4, I'm fuming, bro. Like, I'm fuming, and we're not even competing for that. So it's one of them things where I don't even want Europa League. Like, it's just a depressing competition to be in. Even the team that wins it just seems to fucking want to wipe their eyes with fucking baby wipes every 10 minutes because they just can't bear to be in that competition. And they're just happy they're getting out of it. And, like, that's why I don't want to be a part of that. That being said, Real Madrid, any team would have been dangerous. We could have got Porto, and I would have been worried about them. It's like, it's just the way we are. If we can perform at our best, we can beat anyone, you know.
No. I don't think anyone is disputing that. I don't think anyone is disputing that. But your season's been so up and down. But you see the thing with cup football, you just need to turn up on the day. And everyone knows that on the day, if Liverpool turn up, that they can beat anyone on the day. Do you know what I mean?
The only good thing about Europa League's the song, bro. It's the only good thing. And the fact that it represents the Europa League makes it... Like, I don't like the song. Do you think I want to listen to that song on a Thursday? No, I don't. Just to get knocked out by Dynamo Zagreb. No one wants that.
Because you know that Klopp, I don't know. Klopp will probably play his strongest team, though.
No, he'll play the under 20. Do you know, if we get into this Conference League that anyone's on about, if we play any one of our main players, I'm going to fume, bro. I'm going to fume. We're going to be playing, not even Farmers League teams. We're going to be playing friggin', like, just proper bin men with no legs. Pretty much. Do you get what I mean, lad?
Oh,
like, I can't be dealing with it. And I think that's 7th place or 8th place who gets into them places or whatever. So we just better win this Champions League. It's a long shot. We better win this Champions League.
You're right. That's your only hope at this point, bro. And yeah, I don't see it happening. Not with the season you've had. But you know what? Stranger things have happened. You know what I mean? When Chelsea won the Champions League that year, the year before they signed Eden Hazard, they didn't deserve to win it. They weren't the best team in the tournament. But, brother, you don't have to be, man. It's just who's the best team on the day, innit?
How about this, then? 2005 Istanbul. Bear in mind, this final's in Istanbul. We may have to play Chelsea in the semi-final.
I know. Someone's already showed me that, man. Nah, bro.
Nah, I'm not on that train. I don't like to look at memories like that. That being said, if it happens, it's mad. It's mad. Only my football club could do it. In these circumstances, I feel like only Liverpool could be shit and still win a Champions League because they've done it before.
Yeah.
So let's see. It would be something that we do. It really would. After the worst season in the league that we've had for years, especially when you think about circumstance with the fact we've just won the league and then going on to win the Champions League, it wouldn't surprise me, bro.
Probably be fucking interesting, man.
And I'd love
boy.
it. Oh, mate, I'd inject every moment of that. That'd make this whole season of torture, shitness, and depression
If
just
Liverpool were
worth
to
it.
win the Champions League, it would ruin my whole season because that means
It'd make me
all of the
life.
satisfaction that I got from them falling apart would have meant nothing if they win the Champions League and then they're still in the Champions League next season, because that means it doesn't matter where they finish this season in the league.
No, do you know what I want? Do you know what I want more than anything in my life? I want City to finish first.
Yeah.
I want Chelsea to finish second, and I even want you to finish third, and then get on this. If I could choose my world, I want Everton to finish fourth. And do you know what I would love more than anything itself? We get that glorious Champions League spot, and we take it off them again. We'll take it off them again. Bro, that will make my life. I'm not even lying to you, Rants. This season may just be eclipsed of the past 2 seasons just for that alone. Just for that alone.
100%.
I'll take that. And the thing is, it's possible. It's not likely, and I don't think we will win the Champions League, but it is possible. Like you said, lads, you just need to turn up on that day. We done it against Leipzig. We went into that game. They were the much better team on form. They were the favourites. Like, lads, it doesn't matter. You turn up on the day, you can get the results, and you can go through. That's why, like I said, it's the only hope for the rest of the season for all Liverpool fans. So,
Facts, man. Big up everyone inside. Sure you smash up the like button. Do you know what I mean? Back again today, 3 o'clock with Lee Gunner. You know what I'm saying? James, what you got going on, bruv? Or what you got going on for the rest of the day, tomorrow?
I've got a couple of videos out today on the channel, so if you want to keep an eye out for that, people, by all means do so. Make sure you smash a like on this, subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you for watching. Been a great show.
That's it. Make sure you follow James Redmond TV as well. The link for his channel, yeah, is in the title of the video as usual, people.
Thank you.
Back again, 3 o'clock with Lee Gunner, guys.